What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? BizzyDad here, you there, and we are checking out the first batch of spoilers for the new set, Curse of the Frozen Casket. This will be the first set in the new Lapis Cluster that is coming out sometime in September. I think the release date is. And I'm not really into the spoilers. I try to stay away so I can be a little bit surprised when the packs come and I open them. But, you know, we get a lot of people that are interested and will ask for these. John Welling, if you're out there, here we go. They are bringing in new card designs, some new mechanics into this cluster. So we'll take a look, see how they are shaping up as we get along into the release. So the first batch they put out is water. So let's get into it. Here's a look at our new water ruler, Charlotte, the Determined Girl, a human ruler with a judgment of 1 blue and 1. So pretty cheap. And we have a new mechanic here called Energize. And really what this is going to help the people out who go second. If you go second in the game, you are going to get some sort of token or some sort of counter that you put on your ruler to do this Energize mechanic. And basically what it means is that at any time in the game, you spend the counter or the token and you produce 1 will of any color or attribute that ruler is. So in this case, water. So if you go second, you get a counter or a token, however it's going to be. And at any time during the game, you spend that and you produce a will. In this case, you produce 1 blue will. So this kind of evens things out a little bit. If you're going second, usually if you go second, you're always 1 stone behind. You're always playing a little bit of catch up. And you're really up against it if you're playing against like a Red Rush deck who can hit you with swiftness and incarnate for swiftness right off the bat. So here's a little bit of even up. And it'll be interesting to see how this mechanic plays as the set gets released. There is also an ability to pay 1 blue and discard a card and rest a target resonator, so pretty helpful as well. When she does J activate, she flips over into Charlotte, the Mage of Sacred Spirit, so still a human. And here we could see a little bit of the new card design. The attack and defense is now on the left side of the card instead of at the bottom, so she has 400 attack, 1200 defense. This card cannot be attacked. Pretty interesting there. When this card enters your field, draw X cards, where X is 5 minus the number of cards in your hand. So when you flip her over, if you have 3 cards in your hand, 5 minus 3 is 2. So you get to draw 2 cards. And whenever you draw a card, you gain 100 life, which is great. And that seems pretty continuous. So it's not just when you J activate and flip her over. As long as she's in the field on her J ruler side, whenever you draw a card, so when your turn begins, or if you have any cards that tell you to draw a card, you're going to gain 100 life. So she seems pretty strong right off the bat. Also, her ability to pay a blue 1 and discard a card, return target resonator to its owner's hand. So it could be pretty helpful in a pinch or if you're facing a big attack. Here's our first resonator, Charlotte's Protector, a 500/500 2-drop to play, costs 2 blue. It's a heroic spirit. When this card is put into a graveyard from your hand, draw a card. So this is tailor-made for Charlotte's abilities, because here it says to 1 and blue and discard a card to return target resonator to its owner's hand. Even on Charlotte's ruler side, blue and discard a card to rest a target resonator. So Charlotte's Protector is just the perfect card that you're going to want to discard, because you're going to help pay for Charlotte's abilities, and you're also going to draw a card because of it. And don't forget, when you flip Charlotte onto a J ruler side, every time you draw a card, it's 100 life. So very useful card. This is going to be a must-have in all Charlotte decks, I'm sure. This is Charlotte's Water Transformation Magic. So this is a spell, and you can see they're now called Chance. This is 1 blue to play with the Quick Cast ability. Quick Cast means you can play it whenever you want. So those old cards that used to say Spell Chant Instant, this is the same thing. You play it whenever, and target resonator loses all abilities and becomes a 400/400 bear until end of turn. So it's going to be pretty interesting. The Resonator that this hits will lose all abilities, which is a great little perk because so many have different abilities. Here's a great way to just wipe them out and be like, no, you'll do nothing but sit there and turn into a 400 bear. I'm interested to see what other cards will be out there, whether it be a bear race or something else that goes after bears or can't be damaged by bears. It should be interesting. Also to note, it's a 400, so dropping into 400 defense puts it right in the range to be killed by Charlotte the J-Ruler, who has 400 attack. So nice tie-in there. Also has the Remnant ability, which means you can play this out of your graveyard as well. So you basically get 2 cracks at it, one out of your hand and one out of your graveyard. But remember, when you play a card with Remnant and you play it out of your graveyard, after it resolves, it gets removed from the game in normal circumstances, unless you have another card in play that tells you to do something different. So this is a fun card. I'd be interested to see how this works. Could definitely pop up and cause some trouble with your opponents. Here is the Guide to the Ancient Ice Wall, a 3-drop Resonator, 1 blue and 2 to play, 600 attack, 1000 defense. Whenever you play a Water Chant or Addition, target Resonator cannot be blocked until end of turn. So a good little setup here. If you have a really big hitter on your board and you want to get that damage through, you get this guy out there, play a Water Chant or Addition, and all of a sudden your big guy can't be blocked. So that damage is going to get through. So he's definitely a combo piece. You'll need him on the board as well as a big hitter, or maybe him too if you need to get the 600 through. You play that Chant or Addition and your Resonator can't be blocked. He's going to get through for damage. So interesting card there. Here's a look at our Shift card. This is Lumia, sealed in the Frozen Casket. So is she cursed? Is she under the curse right now? She's frozen in there. 0 attack, 1000 defense. She's 3 to play, 1 blue and 2 other. And this card cannot attack or block. Well, okay, she's frozen, so she's in the casket. She can't do anything. She has a shift cost of 1 light, 1 red, 1 blue, and 2 others. So it's a really steep there. I don't know how easy that is going to be to pull off. But also, if you rest her and then rest a recovered light, fire, and water J Resonator you control, you get to shift as well. So either way, it's going to be getting all 3 of those colors plus 2 others to shift her over. And when you do, she becomes Lumia, Saint of World Awakening. Looks like she's out of the casket here. And by herself, she is 10 to play, the same red, white, blue, plus 7. So, I mean, forget that. 1000 attack, 1000 defense. And when this card enters your field or shifts, your life becomes 4000. Really nice. Put up to 1 target chant from your graveyard into your hand. I kind of like the fact that it says 1 target chant and not specifying a color. So it's not like it says, oh, target water chant. So it really lets you get anything out of your graveyard and put it into your hand. Pretty strong, getting your life back up to 4000. It could be definitely a lifesaver, a game changer, but it's a pretty steep cost. So I'm going to have to see more cards and info here to see how easy it is to pull this off. Here's another quick cast chant, the Melt to Nothing. It's cost 3, 2 blue and 1. So the quick cast can happen whenever you want. J Resonators you control gain, rest, and return target Resonator your opponent controls to its owner's hand until end of turn. So this is a pretty nice way to clear your opponent's board, maybe wipe the field to get an attack through. I could see this being really helpful when you have more Resonators than your opponent, because then you can rest your smaller ones to get your opponent's Resonators back and then send the big guns in for a big attack. So interesting card. Here we have the Rabbit of the Aquamoon. 1 drop, 200, 400 Resonator Rabbit. So Kaguya is getting some more Rabbit support here. And if you banish this card, draw a card and then discard a card. So not bad. Gets on the field. It's a blocker. I'm sure Kaguya can get this guy out here too with her enter ability. And if you need to draw a card, you just banish it and draw a card and discard a card. Not bad. Last card with this batch of spoilers is Summon from Memoria. This is a 1-drop chant, and you don't see any quick cast, so this is the same as a spell chant. You can only play this on your turn. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. Put a card from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So, not bad. If you're kind of card dead, but you have this, you got 1 to play on your turn, you throw it out there. Peel off the top 3, pick the best one, put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. What's nice about it, you don't have to reveal anything, you don't have to show anything to your opponent. So, not bad for 1 in a pinch. Get to look at some cards, grab the best one, throw the others at the bottom, especially if they're duds. Just kind of get them out of the way. You know you're not going to draw into them. So, guys, that's it. Just a really quick video, the first round of spoilers. As more spoilers come out, we'll go through them and just talk about them and see how things shape up until release date. So what did you think of the water spoilers? Comment below. Likes are appreciated. And subscribe. We got more spoilers, more profiles and matches and all a bunch of fun stuff that I want to put up there. So as always, thanks for a few minutes, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.